Of all the house projects I've done so far, my bathroom might be the biggest transformation. It was an absolutely disgusting room, and the floor was broken. I put down some sticky tiles to just cover up the worst of it. The toilet was cracked and leaking into the floor, unbeknownst to me, until the whole thing started to cave in. The bathtub was basically unusable due to just grout everywhere and poor craftsmanship. I was going to make do with it until I realized that the floor was rotting underneath and very much on the verge of collapsing and dripping nasty water everywhere. Then I decided, because of the safety hazard, I would delay no longer in transforming my bathroom into my dream spa. Some things I can do myself, but for the plumbing and the drywall and some of the major things in the bathroom, I wanted to hire professionals because I knew they could do a much better job. But one thing I can do myself is gutting, so I went about having everything ripped out except for the fixtures that I was using, and the gutting process was pretty awful. I needed help removing the tub and some of the larger pieces, but the drywall and the tile, I tore most of that out myself and just boxed it up, and then had to decide if I was gonna pay to have a dumpster out front, because it ended up being a lot more trash than I realized. Ultimately, I had a friend offer to haul it to the dump for me, and I am very grateful for that. Now, this isn't the first room that I've gutted in my house, and I always underestimate just how much trash it's going to produce, because I ended up with a ton of boxes of just tile and drywall and insulation, and it sat there for a while. So the next time I gut a room, I think I'm going to do a little more planning, but thank goodness for friends who are willing to do jobs for you. After that, we had to patch up the floor so that it wouldn't cave in. We kept the toilet in place because it was the only one in the house, and the next big job was this beautiful tile. So my friend Michael went and installed all of this and did such a great job. And then I had some outlets installed also, because there wasn't a single outlet in the bathroom. So I had 2 outlets installed, and I decided to splurge a little bit and get myself a fancy light fixture that has a Bluetooth speaker and a dimmer switch and a fan, and I love it. This project moved along so quickly, I forgot to document the whole drywalling process. Maybe someday I'll learn how to do my own drywall, but it doesn't look like fun, so I was happy to hire someone. Once my contractor had the drywall and the other structural parts done, I decided it's time to do the fun things, which of course is the painting and making it look nice. So I got some latex paint and some primer, and this was one job that I could do myself, but I kind of wish I had hired someone because I am not a professional and I don't think I did as good a job as I could have. Thank goodness I did 2 coats of primer first, because that made the painting process go a lot smoother. I made a couple of mistakes throughout, and then I ended up having to do some touch-ups, but for the most part, it's acceptable. And as I seem to do with most of my projects, certain steps were done out of order because the sink and the bathtub and the shower were still not hooked up whenever I started doing all the decorative painting and stuff. But we managed to get it sorted after some clever hacking and fixing a broken pipe inside. Thanks to my 2 contractors, this project went by a lot more quickly and a lot more smoothly than I thought it would. Fortunately, not much of the plumbing inside had to be replaced. Just one pipe that would have leaked all over my bedroom had the whole water been turned on. And a few things had to be slightly customized because this is an old house and there are some things that have been jerry-rigged. But it went along so quickly and so smoothly, and I am just stoked. So once the trim was finished and the windowsill and the last final touches, it's time to decorate. A lot of these items I already had in my possession, and I wanted to go for kind of a spa theme, and I wanted to keep it as clean and simplistic as possible. I thought maybe a few small plants and keeping a very natural look with wood colors and natural colors would be best. And looking at these before and after pictures, it's hard to believe that this was the same bathroom that was on the verge of collapse with a tub that I couldn't even use. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. A big thank you to my 2 contractors for making this project go so smoothly, and I can't wait to take my first bubble bath.